今天我们来到最后一 part，就是 practice SPM. Today we come to the last part for our chapter 7, that's practice SPM. So I will try my best to explain one by one for the question. I hope you can master this chapter. So for this chapter, we recall back some formula that we have learned. Okay, we have learned two graphs. The first graph is speed. The first graph that we have learned is distance time graph. Distance time graph. So in the distance time graph, we know that if we want to find the speed, that means we will using the gradient. We will find the gradient. And then if I want to find the average speed, that means I will use this formula. Is equal to total distance divided by the total time. Okay, this is the first graph that we have learned for last week. Okay, so now we go and see the second graph. Second graph that we have learned is speed time graph. Speed time graph. If the question asks you to find the distance is equal to our area under a graph. If the question asks you to find the rate of change of speed, or we call it acceleration or deceleration, we are find the gradient of the graph. For this two graph, we need to know what is meant by duration. 这两个 graph 都会问到 duration. Okay. If distance, versus time, this horizontal, we call the object is stop, or we call it stationary. 不会走动，我们叫这个平平的地方叫 stationary 或者 object is stop. For a graph of the speed versus time, the horizontal line we call uniform speed. 就是平均的速度，它是维持不变的，这个叫 uniform speed. So we only learn two graphs for this chapter. So I hope you can master it because not so much formula for this chapter. Okay, question 1. The diagram shows the speed time graph of a particle for a period for 12 seconds. 12秒的一个 graph 来的。State the duration. Duration 是时间 is time. The particle move with uniform speed. How much the time? 走 uniform speed 是这边。So, what is the total time that the object move with uniform speed? So, duration is equal to 10 minus 4. So, it's equal to 6 seconds. Question B. Calculate the rate of change of speed in meter ms negative 2 of the particle for the last 2 seconds. 最后2秒 So 10 to 12. I want to know the rate of change of speed. 我要知道这个东西 So rate of change of speed is equal to our gradient. So now you go to determine the point, these 2 points. So this is start from 10, go to 24. this is from 12, our y is 0. So gradient is y over x. So y is 24 minus 0. You start from this point, your x must start from this point. 你 y 从这里开始，你 x 也要从这里开始。Okay, so you will get negative 12. ms negative 2. Okay, question C. Given the distance traveled by the particle in the first 10 seconds is 212, calculate the value of u. So now the question gives you the conditions. Given the distance for this, okay, distance. Still remember how to find the distance? Distance is equal to our area. So now the graph is the distance is equal to 212 for the first 10 seconds. That means from here to here. So area under this graph is 212. So now I separate it into two. One is this area. This is our first area. So this is a trapezium. So this is two parallel lines plus the second area is our rectangle. So total is 212. Now I determine the length for each side. So the length for this one is u. The length for this part, okay, for this part is 24. So the length for this side is 4 minus 0 equal to 4. Now I determine the rectangle. So this side is 24. So for this through here is 10 minus 4 equal to 6. So now I use the formula for the error. So for our trapezium is 1 over 2 times the sum of the parallels. So it is u plus 24 times 4 plus the rectangle is 6 times 24 equal to 212. Okay, so use your calculator. 1 over 2 times 4, so you get 2. So u plus 24 plus 6 times 24 is 6 plus 20 times 24 is 144. So equal to 212. So multiply in. So 2u plus 48 plus 144 equal to 212. So this one plus together. So 2u is equal to 212. Okay, minus, okay, 144 plus 48 is equal to 192. So u is equal to 10. So this is question 1. We go and see question 2. In the diagram, the graph AB represents the motion of particle x. So AB is our particle x, and ACDE represent the motion of ACDE, represent the particle y. For a period of t seconds, determine the uniform speed of the particle y. Look at y. Uniform speed, I want to determine the uniform speed. So the horizontal line is our uniform speed. So this is our uniform speed. So is 16. Unit is mx negative 1. Question B. Calculate the rate of change of speed in ms-2 of particle y, still y, in the first 12 seconds. This is 0 to 12 seconds. So now I want to find the rate of change of speed. So how to find the rate of change of speed? Using gradient. So gradient, how to find the gradient? So I need to know these 2 points. So this point, the x is 0, the y also 0. The x is 12, the y is 16. So gradient is y over x. So start y first. So 16 minus 0, 12 minus 0. So you will get 4 over 3, ms-2. Question C. In t seconds, the difference in distance traveled between particle x and y is 24 meters. That means until t second, the distance, how you find the distance? We find the error. So we see this is our error for our y. So this is the error for our x. It's a triangle. So we use bigger side minus our small triangle. That is the difference. Difference 相差，相差就是要减。So the difference of distance is equal to 24. So I just use the big trapezium. So this is our parallel line minus the triangle is equal to 24. Okay, now I go and determine. How about this length? 这一条要怎样算？ So this one is t minus 12. So this one is t minus 12. The length for this one is t. The height for this one is 16. How about the triangle? The triangle 这条三角形这条线就是 t, and the height is 16 also. Okay, now we apply the area. So area, how to find the area for a trapezium? So it's 1 over 2 times the sum of parallel line t plus t minus 12 times 16 minus 1 over 2 times t times 16. So the difference is 24. So we do our calculation first. 1 over 2 times 16, so add. T plus t become 2t minus 12. Minus 1 over 2 times 16. Okay, 1 over 2 times 16 become 8t, equal to 24. Okay, multiply in. So we get 16t minus 96 minus 8t equal to 24. So 16 minus 8t equal to 8t. This one bring to our right hand side. So equal to 24 plus 96. So t is equal to 120 divided by 8. So you will get t equal to 50. So now we go to question C, question number 3. Okay, question number 3. Muthu and Farid in a sport competition 在一个运动的比赛中 both of them start at location S 两个都是从 X 开始跑 and run through Y 跑去 Y 然后 then collect candies 收集糖果 and then return back to X again 再回去你的 X. Okay, so now we see O A B C D E O A B C D E. This is Muthu. So another OPQR. OPQR is Farid. Question A asks you, who won the race? 谁会赢这场比赛呢？ Muthu take 21 seconds. Muthu 用21分钟。Farid used 18 seconds. Sure is Farid won. So B. During the race, during the race, Muthu fell over and then continued his run. 在比赛当中 Muthu 跌倒了，然后再继续跑。State the duration in second. 告诉我时间。Before Muthu continued his run, 我要知道他跌倒的那一段时间。Okay, we see this is Muthu graph. Okay, now can you tell me which one is Muthu fell down? This one or this one? The answer is A to B. Why not C to D? 为什么是 A 到 B 不是 C 到 D? Because C to D, still remember, they will return back to X. This is return back. 这个是回去的路线。After they collect candy, that means C to D is time he stopped to collect candies. 这个 C 到 D 就是Muthu停下来收集糖果再跑回 X. We see our Farid runs. He's still the same. He will stop to collect candy and then moving back to X. So he fell down only at A and B. 他只是在 A 跟 B 跌倒。So I want to know the duration. So duration is 9 seconds minus 3 seconds. So is 6 seconds. Okay. C. Calculate the average speed in meter per second of Farid. Okay. Average speed. Is total distance divided by total time. Be careful with this graph. This is distance versus time. This is distance versus time. 这个是 distance versus time 的。Okay, now we see the graph of the Farid. Okay, this is Farid. What is the total distance? What is the distance over here? So it's 20 minus 0. So here is 20 meter. And then stop. And then run again. So 20. This is 20. This is 0. 20 minus 0. 20 meter. So total distance is 20 plus 20. Total time using by Farid is 18. So your answer is supposed to be 3.22 meter per second. Okay, question number 4. Okay, question number 4. Diagram 1 shows the distance time graph of Aisha. This is Aisha. Journey, and diagram 2 shows the speed time graph of Rosnita. Okay, if Aisha start her journey at 11:30, Aisha start her journey at 11:30. At what time does she arrive her destination? 她从这里开始，去到这里。She start from 0. Use 1.2 hours. Okay, 1.2 total time is 1.2 hours to reach the destination. 1.2 hours, that means it's 1 hour plus 0.2 hour. Okay, so 1 hour, 0.2 hour, I want to change to minutes times 60. 我要变成分钟。So it's 1 hour 12 minutes. Okay, she start 11:30 a.m. Okay, so 11:30 plus I use 1 hour and 12 minutes. So it's 42:12. So what time she will reach her destination? So she will reach at 12:42 p.m. 中午了，12点已经是 p.m. Question B. The distance traveled by Rosnita, look at this class, for the first 0.8 hours is 56 kilometers. The distance traveled by Rosita. So this is speed time graph. Distance is area under the graph. Okay, for the first 0.8 hour is 56. So distance for the first 0.8 hour is equal to 56. So how you find the distance? You find the area. So how to find the area? This is a trapezium. This is parallel line. So this side is D. Here is 120. The difference here is 0.8 equal to 56. So we use the formula of a trapezium. 1/2 times the sum of D plus 120 times with 0.8 equal to 56. So here is 0.4. D plus 120 equal to 56. D plus 120 equal to 56 divided by 0.4. Okay, so D is 140 minus 120. So D is 20. Question C. Calculate the difference in distance in kilometers traveled by Aisha and Rosita for a period 1.2 hours. Calculate the difference in distance for Aisha and Rosita for 1.2 hours. So what is the distance for Aisha? Aisha 的距离是多少? This is graph distance versus time. So what is the total distance? So it's 120. Now I want to find the distance of Rosnita. It's Rosnita. So it's equal to, from this question B, we know that 0.8 hour, first 0.8 hour is 56 kilometers. We know this already. So it's 56 kilometers plus the second part is this one. Okay, so it's this one. So it's this the triangle. So the height is 120. And the difference over here is, oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, I opened the Okay, so we know the triangle. So can you tell me what is the for this one? So it's 120, and then this one is 1.2 minus 0.8, so it's 0.4. So 56 plus the area of a triangle is 1 over 2 times 0.4 times 120. So you get 56 plus, okay, 60 times 0.4, so it's 24. So total is 80 kilometer. But the question requests the difference. Okay, I want to know the difference between Aisha and Rosnita. So difference is 120, because this one is 120 minus 80 kilometer. So you will get 40 kilometer. Okay, this is question 4. Now we see question 5. The diagram shows the speed time graph of the journey of two friends, Oda and Sari, for a period of 90 seconds. Okay, given Sari's rate of change of speed last 35 seconds is negative 0.6, calculate the value of V. So I can use this information. Okay, question 5A. The speed, the rate of change of speed for the last 35 seconds is negative 0.6. Can you tell me what is last 35? 90 minus 35 actually is 55. So that means from here to here. The rate of change of speed is our gradient. So gradient, we start from here. Okay, gradient. So x is 55, y is v. This is 90, y is 0. So rate of change of speed, so is y over x. So v minus 0, 55 minus 90 equal to negative 0.6. So v over 35 equal to negative 0.6. So v is equal to this one times, so we get 21. Question B. Calculate the rate of change of speed in ms negative 2 of Sari for the first 30 seconds. I want to know the rate of change for this 30 seconds. Still using rate of change of speed. Is find the gradient, is our gradient. Okay, so this is gradient. How you find the gradient? So this is the point. I need to determine the point. So this point, just now I find the v is 21. So my x is 30, v is 21. This point is 0, 0. So gradient is y over x. So your y is 21 minus 0. Start from this point, must start from this point. So 30 minus 0. So you will get 0.7 ms negative 2. Okay, now this question asks, okay, Sari and Oda stayed at the same time. Two person 两个都是同一个时间 at the same starting point， 两个都是从同一个地方开始 at the same time and the same direction， 两个都是同时间、同地点、同方向。After t second with condition t is in between 30 and 55, maybe I say my t is here. This is t. The t is in between here. The distance traveled by Shari. Okay, see the distance traveled by Shari is twice the distance traveled by Oda. Distance traveled by Oda. Okay, how to find the distance? For example, let's say my T is over here. So the distance for Shari, distance is the distance is arrow. So arrow for this one is a trapezium. So I just write this is a trapezium. This is Shari. Is equal to twice the distance traveled by the Oda. Oda is this one. Okay, now we determine the length for each side. So can you tell me, how about this length for here? This is T. This is 30. So, sure is T minus 30. And here is T. And the height for this one is V, right? So just now you get the V is 21. Okay, 2 times the distance of Oda for this one. This is Oda. So this length is T. The height for this one is 7. This is parallel lines. Okay, so now we calculate 1/2 times the sum of parallel line is T plus T minus 30 plus the 2 line times 21 is equal to 2 times 7 times T. This is T, okay? So 1/2 times 21. So I use 21/2. 2T minus 30 times 20. This one is equal to 2 times 7, 14T. So multiply in 21/2 times 2, so 21T. Okay, 21/2 times 30, so you get negative 315 equal to 14T. So 21 minus 14, you get 7. So 315. T is equal to 315 divided by 7, you get 45. Okay, so now we go to last question. Okay, last question. The diagram shows the distance time graph of Wang's journey and Rajit's journey. The graph PQRS. This is PQRS. This is Rajit. No, this is Wang. And the PRT, the straight line, is Rajit's. The two often travel simultaneously from town A, this is A, to town B by the same route. State the duration in minutes Wang stop. Wang stop, so it's the horizontal line. So it's this line. So this line is a duration. The duration is 1.2 minus 1 equal to 0.2 hours. But question request in minutes, so you need to 0.2 times 60 minutes. So you only will get 12 minutes. Question B. At one point during the journey, Won and Ranjit were in the same location. Find the distance in kilometers between the location they met in this location. 他们两个都会在这一个点碰面，对不对？ They will meet at this location. Find the distance in kilometers between the location and town A. I want to know from here to here what is the distance. So it's 150 minus 90. So it's 150 minus 90. I think got some problem. So it's 150. One not got problem. Let's stop first. Oh, it's coming. Okay, so we go through the last question. Okay, so what I say is this one. So I want to know the distance they meet for this point. They meet at this point. They meet at this point. So I want to know the distance from here. So the distance is 150 minus 90 because I want to know from A, from town A, the distance to the location. This is the location. So is equal to 60 kilometers. Question C. Calculate the average speed in kilometers per hour from one journey for a period of 2 hours. Average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. So total distance is 150. Total time he give you is 2 hours, so it's 75 kilometers per hour. Okay, that's all for today.